everyone, how are you? It's Casey. This is round 2 of recording this intro video. I'm so sorry it's taken so long to get this recap video up. I recorded this intro days ago and sat down to finally get this video done and up, and something went wrong with the intro. It went blank, it went black, it didn't catch my mouth up to what I was saying. So I'm trying again. So here we go. The main reason I wanted to record this intro was to give you some updates on the Expo before we recap 2024. I didn't record as much as I like to normally this year, so I hope you enjoy what I did get. It was a wonderful weekend. Thank you to everyone who came, vendors and attendees. No matter what, we always have a wonderful time with great feedback and lots of fun. So it was wonderful. More of that to come. The main thing I wanted to talk about is some changes that are coming for the Expo in 2025. So the first thing is a name change. So we're going to change the name just a tiny bit to the Pacific Northwest Doll Artist Expo. So as many of you know, I took this expo over during the pandemic. And previous to that, it was pretty well established in Seattle. I moved it down to Portland so it would be closer to me. And so we were kind of starting from scratch as far as building an attendance and following for the expo here in Oregon. Thank you so much to everyone in Washington who has come down and continued to support the expo. But one of the things that we have noticed now that we've done this a couple of years is that we are attracting a lot more doll artists that maybe aren't specifically BJD artists. And the feedback about that has been great. People have loved seeing the hybrid dolls or artist dolls in general. And some of the feedback we've had from those artists is they're not quite sure what show they fit in at. So there's several shows in Portland, including another BJD Expo, and that's the other reason for the change. We are colleagues and we have a wonderful relationship. They've embraced us coming down here with their established BJD Expo. But for us to stand apart and offer something different than what they have at theirs, it also sort of makes sense to do this change. So nothing really is going to change outwardly about the Expo. Some of it is about that, addressing the artists that we're already serving or that are interested in our show. But the other part of that is standing out a little bit as a different niche for a show. And then the third part of that, which is also important, is just from a marketing perspective. When I send out marketing to more of the general public or even the doll community, a lot of people don't know what BJD is, and the acronym looks like something else. And so I do get a lot of comments, maybe from the general public or even in the doll community, of not even knowing what that is. So I think that if someone doesn't know what BJD is, they may not know that the expo is for them. And we want to make sure that more people know that the expo is for them. So from a marketing standpoint, we hope that that's going to help us reach a larger audience. The words doll artist are pretty universally understood. So that's sort of the reason for the change. I'm already in the process of making that change with our graphics and things like that. The website will transition at some point to the new name. But for now, you won't notice anything really other than the graphics. But I wanted to tell you that before you head over to the website and see those changes there. And we're still going to welcome BJD, doll artists, anyone that's doing something outside the box. We love that. So any doll artist is going to be welcome, and we're going to try to keep the vibe very similar. So hopefully that's exciting to a lot of you, or to any of you that were interested but didn't feel like it was for you. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to shorten the weekend just a little bit for now. Currently, probably all of you know that the economy is not great. Sales are slow. People are struggling to come up with money to do all of these activities. And so we want to kind of make the weekend a little bit smaller so that that burden isn't quite so high. So we're going to drop Friday We'll still have our Saturday and Sunday, including the dinner on Saturday. We will probably also have the breakfast, just not positive yet. We want to get an artist booked for the artist breakfast, and so if we do that, then that will happen. This year the breakfast was quite popular. Last year it wasn't that popular, so I had planned to cut the breakfast, but it was great this year with lots of people, so we're going to leave that potentially open. So we're hoping that that's going to help a little bit, bring in folks that maybe couldn't afford, that whole weekend travel expense, especially those from out of town. So the last update I want to share with you is the theme. If you've been following long enough, you know that during the breakfast, that's when we brainstorm the theme for next year. So I always tell people I don't choose the theme. I do that on purpose. I let you vote on it so that I can't be held responsible for what you choose. And that came into account this year with the Angels and Demons theme. There are people that felt very strongly and very negatively about that theme. But you guys voted for it, so I don't know what to tell you. But what I think might have happened with that is that we voted on a very long list, and even though the Angels and Demons theme won, it didn't win by a lot because those votes were really spread out. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to do 2 votes. The first vote is going to be the really long list, and we're going to narrow it down to 3. And then we're going to re-vote with just those 3 options and choose the top one. So as soon as this video is posted, I will be putting the survey poll up on our social medias for you to begin voting on the theme. I'll put the dates and the deadlines and everything there. As soon as we have the theme, we are going to move forward with 2025 planning. We already have our dates locked in for 2025. It's May 31st through June 1st. I think that's the weekend. It's always it's not a May thing, 'cause it's right on the last day of May and the first day of June. But that's our weekend that we have locked in at the Sheraton. So we will continue that for next year. So as soon as we get the theme, we're going to start getting vendors signed up and start getting the planning going for next year. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this recap of this year, and I hope you'll join us next year. If you're a doll artist interested in the Expo, please join us. It's a wonderful group of tight-knit people in our community, and we have a blast. It's always fun, no matter what. So we'll see you in 2025. Bye, everyone.
very busy night at Rockies. Everyone is out and about, especially when it rains and the garbage gets nice and sweaty. It's a perfect time to have a nice drink at Rockies. What are you doing here at the beautiful bar? What do you like to do at this bar?
Oh, I like to make sure that all the roughhouses get thrown out.
I mean, where you borrow stuff and give it back right away.
Hey, lady! We have got some serious in the house. Get out, get out! Net 20!
All right, so, and that's our show. Thanks, guys.